Definitely keeping our eyes on those icy conditions. Just to drive this point home, the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency has deemed roads in all North Alabama counties impassable. You're asked to stay off the roads unless absolutely necessary. Now, here's a live look from our Fox 54 Weather Impact mobile unit. Fox 54 Weather Impact meteorologist Emily Owen is with reporter Carson Keel to show us the conditions. And Emily, what are you saying?
Well, right now, Kenesha, I can honestly tell you it's not that bad. We're traveling south on 231, so we just got off of the Parkway. If you drive about 30 to 40 miles per hour, take your time and are extra careful, it's fine out here so far. The issue is going to be coming later tonight as those temperatures fall below freezing, maybe around midnight and early on to Saturday morning. So right now it just seems like it's a very wet roadway. There are a few slick spots, maybe in medians. For majority of highways and interstates, it doesn't look so bad out there right now. We're continuing to just see a few sprinkles on the windshield as well, and that's probably what we're going to be seeing throughout the rest of tonight until all of this rain moves through. So we're going to continue to travel more southward. We're going to try to make it over the Tennessee River Bridge on 231. So I'll check back in later with you guys. So for now, I'm going to send it back to you, Kenesha, in the studio where it's nice and warm.
Emily, you and Carson definitely be safe out there. We're now going to the Shoals with Fox 54 team coverage on this weather impact alert day. Our Simon Williams is in Sheffield. And Simon, what's it like out there right now?
Hey, it's gone from freezing cold this morning to actually a bit tolerable as the day has gone on. That fluffy, soft snow that we woke up to this morning has turned into a bit of a slush. Now, that might not be as fun to look at or to play in because you'll get a little bit more wet than you would if you're making snow angels this morning. But it's actually a really good sign for mobility and driving as far as that's all concerned, as there's been kind of the case across northwest Alabama, specifically in the Shoals here. The slush has allowed the roads to be much more traversable if you drive slow, of course, and aren't going crazy in the medians where that snow has built up. Now, in some cases, roads are cleared of any physical snow debris, but they still remain wet. Here in the Shoals specifically, the Quad Cities area of Sheffield, Muscle Shoals, Tuscumbia, and Florence concentrates most of northwest Alabama's population into a pretty dense little pocket here that straddles the Lauderdale and Colbert County lines. And so after you shovel your driveway and maybe you help out your neighbor and your sidewalk, and you might be looking at who's going to plow my street, who's here to help, what municipality is responsible. Well, as these roads go from city to county to town and maybe change over, it's might be kind of confusing to know which municipality is responsible. But we talked to Florence City Council member Michelle Eubanks. She says it's actually a lot easier than you think.
It's a critical bit of infrastructure that people use day in and day out. And so the best way is to look for the way the streets are named, and that'll help you. If it's got a state route, a highway attached to it, that's your best way to know that that's a state-controlled road, a county road, CR, then that will tell you who maintains it. And it can be very confusing, but also frustrating at times like this. But I assure people that cities, counties, and states, they are really doing their best to make sure that people are able to navigate the roads.
Lifted their impassable declaration for their roads at about 4:30 this evening. Although Colbert County has not yet lifted that warning, they did give an update about an hour ago on their Facebook, the Colbert County EMA, saying that they expect black ice to be present tonight, and for folks to be aware of that as you maybe consider traveling or look outside maybe for the first time tonight. But so far, so good. Here in Sheffield, Simon Williams, Fox 54 News.
Yeah, Simon, you and Nick, be safe out there. Stay warm. Snow has mostly stopped. Conditions are likely to worsen, and local law enforcement across the board with the message, stay off the roads. Colbert County Sheriff Eric Ballantyne is on the phone with us now. He's telling us what they're dealing with. Sheriff, your county is in one of the areas who has received a lot of the snow.
Yes, and we're anticipating some black ice as the day goes on and nighttime gets here. So if you don't have to be on the roads, please don't get out.
Yeah, absolutely. Driving home that message. And we've talked with other local law enforcement about the road conditions. If people just have to be out right now, let's say essential workers at this hour, what tips could you share with them?
Leave early. Don't procrastinate. Also in our area, law enforcement are also getting rides to our essential workers. So if you need a ride and don't want to drive, call your local law enforcement. We'll try to get you to work.
That's good to know. Another thing, too, we want to ask about in cases of emergencies, what is considered an emergency at this point as we're dealing with this winter weather?
Well, because of the cold temperatures, I would say if you're stranded, try to keep a bottle of water or blanket in the car. Call 911 immediately so it give us time to get to you. But the cold weather is definitely it's going to be on us here pretty soon, and you'll freeze if you don't get some help pretty soon. So just call us when it gets to that point.
All right, that was Colbert County Sheriff Eric Ballantyne. Thank you for joining us, and definitely stay safe out there, all of you. Fox 54's team coverage is taking you to Marshall County now, where Fox 54's Gabe Glassman is hunkering down for the storm. He joins us now live from Guntersville. Gabe, have conditions changed?
Conditions have been varying all day, really, Kanisha. Right now, we're kind of dealing with, excuse me, a little bit of liquid precipitation as we kind of look into the unknown here. Well, you can't really look into the unknown. You see this gray cloud right behind me? Yeah, it kind of started across Lake Guntersville, and it's kind of been making our way to where we are right now. But, you know, early this morning, there was a lot of snow on the ground, and I woke up and I wanted to know really how much, and I wish there was some way to really tell. Oh, wait, there is. And you can do this too, and all it takes is a ruler or a yardstick. That's right. I'm talking about the infamous ruler pictures that we've been seeing all over social media. Let's take a look at some I took earlier this morning. This was taken around 11 and 12 o'clock. You know, and you can see, my tip for you, if anyone's going to do this, go into multiple areas of your yard. That way, you get a really better grasp on the average snow that is on the ground, and also make sure that you're going in areas that really aren't covered. But when I went out there, when I went out there earlier today, the snow was at 2.5 to 4 inches in Guntersville. But I went out here a little bit ago, maybe like 30 minutes ago, and you know, from all the sleet and rain that we've gotten, I kind of figured that we were going to get a little bit less. Now it's coming at 2 inches. Now, coming up later in the show, our Caleb Aguayo is going to talk more about all of that wind tree mix, how that deals with our roadways. But for now, from Guntersville, Gabe Glassman, Fox 54 News.